Excuse me, sir.
ඒක එහෙම වෙලක් මම කියනවා අපි ආගම බහැර කළ යුතු නෑ. ඒකේ තියෙන හොඳ ඒවා නේ. මේකේම එහෙමනේ ඒක වැරදි විදිහට පාවිච්චි කරනවානේ සමාන.
Excuse me, sir. I don't have great tags under my name or in front of my name. I'm just a second-year law student. But I'm of the view, I'm a secular humanist, and I'm of the view that we should not compromise our rational ideas about morality by messing up the distinction between morality and religion. As you pointed out, sir, that you said that Mother Teresa is a good example of religious benefits or benefits of religion. I would advise you to go and check. There's a nice video about Mother Teresa and her true nature.
That one, nice one.
Yeah, actually she was not a good person. The thing is, people are tricked and they are like taken into some kind of illusion that religion is the source of morality. And I quote Sir Arthur C. Clarke, who quite memorably said that one of the greatest strategies of human history is the kidnapping of morality by religion. So we should not compromise our stand about morality, like people can be good without believing in God. And as Albert Einstein said, he said, if we are to refrain from the bad because there's hell, and if we are to do good things because of heaven, then we should be ashamed of being human. Why can't we just be good and bad without religion? So this, unless we just propagate this idea into the future generations, as you can see now, Islamism is it's growing up like wildfire, and this world is going into a state of war. This is happening before our eyes, and we cannot just compromise. Okay, just because Buddhism is preaches give to others, generosity, kindness, but we should always maintain our originality and say, hey, they have indirect ulterior motives in this. We should point them out. Otherwise we'll be at the same place like this, we'll be limited to 40 or 50 people of intellectual capacity. So we should I believe that as human beings, we have for example, most of the rationalists out there are people who had high IQs. That's undoubtable. If you don't have the brains to understand this, you cannot understand what we say. But what I believe is it's not only a genetic thing. It's also about nurture, nature and nurture both together. So we have been depriving, as you said, exploiting human beings, most of the religions and most of the main organizations in the world, by stopping this nature, but somehow impairing these people's ability to understand reality, as we are capable of doing it. So that's my thing, we should maintain our position, we should not never compromise it at all. Thank you.
I actually agree with you. I endorse what you say, and if you listen to me carefully, I said there is only one reliable method of gaining knowledge about the world, and that's the scientific method. So I take as reasonably sure, my son, science itself changes, so we have only an imperfect grasp of what is true at any given point in time. So we are tentative in our beliefs, even in science, the most reliable thing we have. So what I am saying is, I have argued exactly as you did, that rationality came, morality came first, rationality came much later. Yes, religion, even the oldest religions are only 5,000 years old. Before that, how did human beings live? How were they kind to each other and looked after their children and brought up families? Morality preceded religion, no doubt about it. It is true that religions, you remember, I think it was Voltaire who said the first priest was the first rogue who met the first fool. පළවෙනි පූජකයා වටයි පළවෙනි මෝඩයා හමු වූ පළවෙනි කට්ටයයි. The first. But my dear friend, there are also good priests. So do we call all of them like that? I mean, they may have different views. I define a good man as a man who does good. Follow that definition. I don't know about motives. A man who does good is a good man. It's a tautologous definition, but I stand by it because I can't come up with a better definition. Anyway, thank you for your views. I'm not saying compromise. Don't compromise on this. That's the most reliable method of gaining knowledge is the scientific method. If you stick to that, I think you can, write off the others as, the aberrations, deviations. Don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. Anyway, we never expected such an interesting and unreal life. Yes? Okay.
මම හිතන්නේ මේ අපි පටන් ගත්තු සංවාද අවස්ථාව සෙකියුලර් ශ්‍රී ලංකා සංවිධානයේ වටා ගියා. මටත් අවසාන වශයෙන් මගේ පුද්ගලික මතය සහ එකඟතාවයෙන් මේ අවසාන වශයෙන් සහෝදරයෙක් පත්ක වදාසත් එක්ක මොකද මම මිනිමරණයක නරක දෙයක් කියලා දැනගත්තේ මේ පංචශීලයේ කියන නිසා නෙමෙයි. ඒක මං දන්න නිසා ඒක දැනන නිසා ඒක මගේ පරිකල්පනයේද එන්නත ඒක හරි වැරද්ද තෝරගන්න තරම් මගේ පරිකල්පනේ පොසන් නැත්නම් ඉතින් මම මිනිසෙක් වශයෙන් මේ ජීවිතේ පය ගන්න තරම්වත් වටින්නේ නැහැ. පළවෙනි කාරණය. මිනිමරණකාරී වරගම් කරන එක හරි හරිද වැරද්ද කියලා තේරුම් ගන්න පංචශීලයෙන් නම් එයාගේ දැනුම ගත්තේ එයාගේ සාමාන්‍ය බුද්ධිය නෙමෙයි නම් මම කියන්නේ මේ පුද්ගලයා මිනිසෙක් වශයෙන් මේ පොලේ පය ගන්න තරම් මේ වටින්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා අපිට ලෝකේ ගැන ලබන්න දැනුම සහ මනුෂ්‍යත්වයේ අත්විඳින්න තා විශාල දේවල් තියෙනවා. නූතන ලෝකේ ඒ විශාල දේවල් තියෙනවා. මම හිතන්නේ මේ සංවාදයේ ඉතාම හොඳයි අපි ලබන අපේ මාසික දේශන අවස්ථාව ඒ මාතෘකාව කරගනිමු. අපි ඒකට සෙකියුලර් ශ්‍රී ලංකා කණ්ඩායමට අපි ආරාධනා කරමු. ඒක අපි දිනවපාන සංවිධානය කරලා මේ සභාවට අපේ සමාජිකින්ට දැනුම් දෙන්න. මම හිතන්නේ මේ සංවාදය අපිට දෙතින් හරියෙන් යන තරම් කාල වේලාව මම හිතන්නේ සංවාද අවස්ථාව මේ අවසානයේ ඊළඟට ප්‍රසන්නගේ සඳහා අපේ
I used that phrase long ago in the Sunday comedian. In the Pereira lecture which I gave some years ago, I bemoaned the fact that he abandoned the position that the LSSP took about secularism by compromising with on the 1972 Constitution. So I said, well, the flesh was weak. Produce me every politician has made compromises along the way in the face of reality, coming to terms with it. So those who have not compromised at all, let them pass the first stone against NMPLA. That's how I defended it. It was a blemish. So your generation maybe when you grow up and science has advanced even more, can work towards the ideal of a secular state.